I'm gonna go over what leads to use for drafting. So it should be pretty short and pretty straightforward. So let's go to the board. Okay, so the syllabus call outs for 5 leads. Here's the DL. I think you can do all your drafting with 3 leads. There's a very good reason why the syllabus was written this way, simply because we just don't know your hand. And we want to give you as many leads so that you can accomplish the different line weights, meaning how light your lines are to the darkest line that you can produce. That's simply the reason why. Before I tell you which leads to use, I want you to do an exercise for me, and you need to be very honest with yourself when you're doing this exercise. Grab a piece of paper and grab a pencil. Write something down, write your name, write just anything, write the alphabet. Now I want you to pin up this piece of paper at eye level. And I want you to step back around 6 to about 8 feet, about 1.5 to 2 meters away from this piece of paper at eye level. Can you see what you have written down on this piece of paper? If you're squinting your eyes, that means that you are drawing a little bit light. So let's go to the board and we can talk about what type of leads that would be suitable for you. By the way, the syllabus was written by committee. So I'm kind of like 98% down with it. And don't get me wrong, it's really great, but there's a few items that I really wish it had been changed. By the way, I can draft with 2 leads, but then again, you're not me. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick demo of using these graphite leads on tracing paper and on vellum. As you can see, we have an assortment of different leads. I'm going to use a light, a medium, and a dark. So for light, I'm using a 2H. For medium, I'm using an F, and for dark, I'm using a 2B. Let's go to your paper test and let's make an assessment of what leads that you may want to use. If you have a heavier hand, you may want to lean towards the lighter or harder lead. If you have a softer hand, you may want to lean towards the darker and softer leads. I have my lead holders here. I'm only using 2. Here's where you can label the leads right onto the lead holder. So here, I know this is an F. I just put a piece of tape here and I just marked it off. And for this one, I'm saying that this lead holder is either a 2H or a 2B. The reason why I picked the 2H and the 2B rather than the F is because I know 2H is very light and a 2B is very dark, so I can tell which lead I'm using whenever I just draw a line. So instead of buying another lead holder, you can get away with just having 2. Let's get set up. I'm going to set up the tracing paper first. Line up my paper. I have some drafting dots already. Okay, I'm using a 2H first. So I'm going to show you what a 2H looks like. As you can see, it's very light. So 2H we're using as construction line. So and this is an F. I'm putting the same amount of pressure. So you can see this is an F. I'm going to switch over to the 2B. This is 2B, right? So be careful with the harder leads, the 2H, because they can break easily. Very soft. That tip just broke. You can see 2H, F, and a B. You can see how light this is, and this is medium, and how dark this is. So this is on tracing paper. Okay, now we're gonna use vellum. And I'm gonna take my pad. I recommend using a roll, and you can kind of cut into size. I have this pad lying around. So I'm gonna set on my paper again. Okay, I'm using the 2H. You want to point to the maybe 3/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch. This is F. And I'm going to switch my leads to a 2B. So this is the 2H, F, and 2B. And I apply the same pressure for each one of them. You can see side by side the difference. Vellum is designed for graphite lead. Tracing paper is a general paper. Obviously, you can take lead as well as other mediums. It doesn't have the same quality of line weights. Well, there you have it. Now you can pick your light, medium, and dark and go try them out yourself. That's it.